For the purposes of this tutorial, and to keep in line with privacy policies, we've created a fictitious web page for our fictitious business, which we've called Dolphin Swim School. So none of the names or details that you're going to see in this tutorial are real or relate to real people, and they should not be taken as such. Right, now we've already done a template related tutorial, so you've seen the templates that you've set up when putting all your classes together and your stages, so that now this particular tutorial is going to concentrate purely on what your client would see if they were going to be booking a class in one of your a space in one of your classes. So we're going to head straight over here to book a class, which would be one of the booking links that we discussed in the other tutorial. We click on that and you can see straight away your client is taken into the class organizer software. However, to them it doesn't feel as if they've even left your website, other than the fact that we've got our company information down the bottom of the page. So let's have a look at what we've got on this page. These first few lines up here that I'm circling at the moment, those show the information that's been taken off of one of those templates, one of the screen wording templates that you did before. Teaching information, of course, I showed you how that was set up from the classes drop-down box. So that's the information we put there, so we can cancel that and put it back to the background. And here we have our class schedule. As it says, please click on a stage name to view classes, and then click on a class to view more information and to book. So these are our stages, because of course you're setting up stages and then you're setting up your classes within those stages. The 4 stages that we've set up for this fictitious school are advancing swimmers, dippers, learn to swim levels 5 to 1, and life saving. So I think I'm going to book a space in life saving for my son, and the only class on offer for this particular company is the Wednesday 7 p.m. RLSS Bronze. So that suits me fine. Let's book it. I've just clicked on that in case you didn't hear it. And you'll see another window has opened alongside, containing all the necessary information about location, time, date, etc., the teacher's name, and how many spaces are in the class currently, as well as a cost, total cost, and a breakdown. Other information such as late joiners allowed, and then down the bottom we have the number of places required selector. You can select up to 5 spaces at a time, but for this purpose we're just going to book the 1 place. I'm taken to the next page, which requests you to enter an email address. As the writing above says, if you enter an email address that you've already used to book in a class using the class organizer system before, then it'll recognize your email address and you'll be asked to disclose your passcode on the next page. If you haven't already booked through Class Organizer before, then you will be asked to enter all your details. If the class you're booking is for under 18s, it'll ask you for your adult guardian details as well as your child's details. If you're an adult booking an adult class, it will only ask for adult details. Right, let's click next, and there I get the 4-digit passcode request. So I'm going to put that in. We're going to assume that most of your clients are going to be recurring clients and will be using this procedure. Here we have the family information page, and although the radio button is automatically set to enter new parents, for speed reasons I'm going to just say tonight that I am John Wrigley. My son Samuel Wrigley is the one that I want to book in. If I had more than 1 child registered, then their names would appear here as well, so you would have a choice of names to select from. So this page shows you all the information that the system's already had stored in it because of that repeat customer recognition element. So you just glance your eyes down and check that nothing's changed, your phone number's still the same, your address, you haven't moved house. Click on next if you're happy with everything, and then that takes you to your child's details page. So again, just check that everything's there. Now this is saying that Samuel's a hay fever sufferer. Let's say that his hay fever is no longer because he's out of season. It's now the winter. So we're just going to delete that, and that will take that off the system. at the same time saving and moving further towards the making of the provisional booking. So that's the next screen, which shows you your provisional booking as it stands, all the class information there again, the fact that you're booking one attendee at that price, breakdown price as well, Samuel's name and his age. Again, down the bottom, it reiterates the fact that it's a provisional booking, nothing to pay now, but full payment will be due by Monday the 10th of July. That information is gleaned from the info that you inputted as business owner when you set up the class. So at the same time as that, what's happened here, the reason it's a provisional booking is that when you set up that class, you said that credit card payments would not be accepted. Because there's no credit card payment, an immediate payment, of course, being taken, the system automatically reverts to saying, well, if we're not taking money from you for it today, then it's got to be a provisional booking. So it's going to be saved exactly like that, and you will need to pay the money direct to the business owner at a later date. And from that information, of course, it's come up with the idea of the final payment date that you inputted during the setup process. So that's where it gets all the information from. So we're going to click on provisional booking to move forward to the last step. The last step being the fact that it's actually confirmed that you have made a provisional booking now. The details there. Also, a little message to tell you that an email has been sent to you at the email address you logged in with, confirming that you have actually made a provisional booking. And again, mentions the final payment date on the bottom once more. So that is the full process of what a client of yours would see and would need to do if they were coming back and booking a class for another term with you. Next, we're going to move back to the home page. Let me just get back there again. There we go. And we're going to take a look at the pupil login. So we click on that. Right. Once your parent, if you like, has booked that provisional space or a confirmed space, if you'd said that credit cards were accepted, they could have paid up front and it would have been a confirmed booking. Then they've been sent their passcode, etc. So this is how they would get into their own personal pupil page. So we're going to use that email address that I logged in to book Samuel in. My passcode, of course, would help if I put it in correctly. There we go. I'm not going to save that password. And this takes me to Samuel's pupil page. These numbers at the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are 5 digits that we simply put on one of the word screening templates earlier on, so that we could show where they actually were visually seen by the client. So that'll help you there for your setting up. Right, on this pupils page, we've got personal information, we've got progress, and we've got booking summary. If we click on personal information, this enables the pupil to see all the information that is held. This means, of course, that if a client of yours moves house, changes a phone number, they have the ability to go in and correct that postal address or whatever the case may be, so that they can ensure that their details with you are kept up to date. So hopefully that would give you some peace of mind. If you need to change anything, you just update, and you can click on Update Personal Details, and Return to Client Page is what we're going to do. So it takes us back to your client page overview. Right, Progress Diary. A little bit bland and boring at the moment because there's no entries on it yet. But as you can see by the color key up here, if there were entries made about this particular student, then every time a teacher or yourself, the business owner, makes an entry, it would be shown with a slightly darker green background. And if you, as the business owner, decide to allow pupils to access and comment on their own diary pages, which is something you do in your business parameters, then their comments and entries would show up in the pale green background, and it would be kind of like a zebra striping effect across the screen on this page. So like I say, nothing there at the moment. Let's return to the client page. You will also notice here, of course, that the actual business contact information is there for the client to see straight away. So if they do want to contact you, it's very quick and easy for them to do so. No rummaging through contacts lists. Okay, the final thing that we're going to look at now for this tutorial is the booking summary page. So we click on that, and you can see I've actually done this tutorial twice. There's two bookings there that are identical, but you can see that that ping that you've just heard is actually the email confirming the provisional booking coming into my inbox. So as I'm getting back to this, 98765 at the top, more numbers, so that's another word screening template reference there. And of course, whatever you decide to have appear at the top of this page and type into that template will be in this space up here. But these are the classes that I've supposedly booked for Samuel, and it tells you the status of the booking at the moment is provisional. So that's really all the information that your client needs, and hopefully you'll find that that is a very easy, simple system to use for both you and your clients.